Now I start working on my sleeves. First I put all stitches on my needle. Besides, I have some stitches of the sides and the bottom of the sleeve. I need to lift them up. Here also introduce a thread. I want to lift up 4 stitches of the elevation I had on the back side. Then 4 stitches of the bottom. I'm going to lift these stitches, and finally I want to get 2 stitches of the front side, kind of. Here in the center of the bottom part I set a marker. It will be helpful when I start doing decreases. When I have all stitches on my needles, I do first 4 knitting rows. Here I have 4 rows ready. Starting from row 5, I do 2 decreases every 4th row. I do it the next way. I start here by my marker, do 1 knit stitch, and then knit 2 stitches together through front loops with the right inclination. This way all my decreases will incline towards the center. Then I knit all stitches of the row until I have 3 stitches left. Here I knit 2 stitches together through the back loops with the left inclination. You can turn them here to make it more convenient to insert the needle. As I do decreases every 4th row, I want to knit 3 knitting rows and then do decreases again the same way. In my pattern it says that I need to do decreases 8 times. After I finish all decreases, I keep knitting my sleeve until I reach 18 cm length. Don't forget that you follow your numbers. Now it's time for a rib. For the rib, I take smaller needles. By the way, I prefer using double-pointed needles instead of magic loop technique, and don't be confused and use what is more convenient for you. I have 1 knit, 1 purl rib. It means that I repeat this pattern alternating knit and purl stitches. As I had uneven numbers of stitches, I do final purl stitch from last 2 stitches knitted together. I keep doing the rib for 3 centimeters. After getting 3 centimeters of the rib, I do 3 rows that are a bit different. I do one knit stitch and slip the purl stitch, having the thread in front of it. Then again one knit stitch and slip purl stitch. I do repeat this way until the end of the row. I do this way 2 rows more. Here we are. I do one knit stitch from the next needle, as I need having purl stitch to be the first when I'm going to bind the rib off. Now I take a plastic needle, cut the thread for about 3/4 lengths of the rib circumference, insert the thread, and now please be attentive to what I'm doing. I insert the needle into the first purl stitch. Then I have the thread around the stitch. Then I insert the needle into the left side of the first knit stitch and the knit stitch that is next to the purl one, from right to left. And finally, I insert the needle into the first purl stitch, but this time from the back of the stitch. And finally, I release these 2 stitches. One more time. Step 1. Insert the needle into the purl stitch from the front to the back. Then you can see this loop here from the previous knit stitch, so I insert into it and then to the loop of the next knit stitch. The last step is to insert the needle into the same purl stitch from back to front and release these 2 stitches. Here you have to be careful and not tighten the thread too much, because the rib will be too tight, but also not letting it to be too loose, as then it will not be especially neat. It's kind of the thing to find the perfect tension. It definitely was trying, as if you manage to do it a couple of times, you'll love to bind the rib this way.